Hello and welcome to another episode. You're welcome at home, my family here at home. You're welcome here on those on YouTube. You're very welcome. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to click on the bell button so that whenever there's something new, you get to hear about it first. Also, participate in the comment section. Tell me your thoughts. Let's discuss, let's talk about it, and share with your friends as well. Share these videos with your friends. Today, we're talking about a very, very critical topic, which is how to overcome the fear of rejection. How to overcome the fear of rejection. So, has the fear of rejection hindered you from achieving something very, very important? Has the fear of rejection stopped you from doing something that you were supposed to do? You know that you were supposed to be somewhere, you were supposed to do something, but because you were scared of being rejected, you decided not to do that thing. Today, we're going to be discussing how to overcome that fear. So, if you stay with me till the end of this video, you will be able to learn what exactly you need to do for you to overcome this fear so that you can become the ultimate version of yourself. So, here we go. So, to help us dissect this topic, we're going to be looking at somebody who faced rejection and how he was able to maneuver this rejection that he faced. So, the background to this story is he was sent to save the world. His mission was to save the world. But he went to his hometown and he picked up a scroll. He went to the temple in his hometown. He picked up a scroll. He started reading from the book of Isaiah, and he affirmed to them that this prophecy that was in the book of Isaiah has come to fulfillment today. And because of this, they were angered. They were angered because they felt this is somebody we know. They even asked, is this not the son of Joseph? Is this not the person we used to see play around? Is this not the person we know how his pampas look like? How can he be telling us that the prophecy is fulfilled through him? Somebody that we used to see him play around with other children, because he grew up in the city of Nazareth. So the people thought, what gives him the right to be saying this prophecy is being fulfilled through him when we know all about him? We've seen all that pertains to him. He grew up here. We know all about him. So let's see how Jesus handled this. So we'll be reading from the book of Luke chapter 4, verse 24 to 31. And here we go. Truly I tell you, he continued, no prophet is accepted in his hometown. I assure you that there were many widows in Israel in Elijah's time, when the sky was shut up for 3.5 years, and there was several famine throughout the land, and there was a severe famine throughout the land. Yet Elijah was not sent to any of them, but to a widow in Zarephath in the region of Sidon. And there were many in Israel with leprosy in the time of Elisha the prophet, yet one of them was cleansed, only Naaman the Syrian. All the people in the synagogue were furious when they heard this. They got up, drove him out of the town, took him to the brow of the hill on which the town was built, in order to throw him off the cliff. But he walked right through the crowd and went his way. Then he went down to Capernaum, a town in Galilee. On the Sabbath, he taught the people. Yes. So this is the scripture we've just read. Jesus told them the truth. They weren't happy with the truth. They didn't just reject him, they wanted to kill him. So, what is that rejection, that fear of rejection that you have? This was not just him being rejected, they had intentions to also kill him. But he said, a prophet is not accepted in his hometown, meaning a prophet can be rejected in his hometown as well. So, but how did he manage this? The scripture said he walked through them. So he walked through them, and the next verse says he went to Capernaum and he taught on the Sabbath, which means he walked through their rejections and he went and continued what he was doing in Nazareth, but he went and did it in another town. So, taking this as an example, let's look at how we can use or how we can overcome rejection, the fear of rejection, using this model that we saw in Jesus. So, what is that thing that you want so badly, but the fear of rejection has kept you away from achieving it? What is that thing, or who is that person? Is it a girl you want to talk to, but the fear that she will reject you has kept you away from talking to her? Is there a guy that you like and the fear of him rejecting you has kept you away from saying a word? Is there a job you're looking for, but the fear that you will not get it, you will be rejected, has kept you away from applying for it? Is there a business you want to start, but the fear of finding the prospect, finding your clients, has stopped you from going out? The fear of your clients rejecting you has stopped you from going out to start that business. How many ideas have died all because we were too scared to get started? How many brilliant businesses were never started just because we were scared of, what if I get rejected? So today we will see how we can manage this fear, how we can overcome it, and how we can live with it and still be prosperous even in the face of this fear. So today we're going to be using the model which we saw in the Bible to look at how we can face fear and how we can maneuver it through it and how we can overcome it. So first, before you conquer anything, you must first define what that thing is. You must first understand what it is, how it works, so that you know what tricks to use to overcome it. So, what is the fear of rejection? And how do you know that you have the fear of rejection? It is simple. If you have given yourself a task to, maybe you have a business and you're supposed to prospect 50 people, and you start and you prospect 20 instead of 50, it means you might have the fear of rejection. Okay? If making calls is part of your job and suddenly the phone starts feeling heavier than the phone should be, yes, it might be a symptom of the fear of rejection. Okay? If there's a girl that you like and whenever you see her and you something within you tells you go and talk to her, but because you start feeling those butterflies in the stomach, you start feeling jittery, your knees start shaking, that might be the fear of rejection. So how do we conquer this fear? How do we overcome this fear? That's what we're going to be discussing today. So my people, the Bagi people have a saying. It says, so it means if you're looking for something in the ashes, you will have to become as gray or as ash as the ashes. It means if you're looking for a particular thing in a particular place, you have to go through that particular place in order to get that particular thing. So most times the no's, the yes that we're looking for are inside a lot of no's. So we have to go through those no's in order to get to the yes. And that yes will be what all the no's. So what happened when Jesus was rejected? He went through the crowd. He didn't go above the crowd. He didn't fly over them. He didn't he didn't go around them. He didn't go under them. Sasha says yes. He didn't go above them. He didn't go be under them. He went through them. So you have to go through the nose. And when you go through the nose, you go to another place and you start you go through the nose. And as we see Jesus did, he did not stop. After going through the nose, he went to another city and he continued to preach in the synagogue. He continued to teach in the synagogue. So what does that teach us in business? That you are going to go through a lot of rejection. If you have decided that you are going to be a businessman, an entrepreneur, you are going to go through a lot of no's. When I started my entrepreneurial journey, I went through a lot of no's. A lot of no's. But the yeses at the end are always worth it. And I can tell you, they are worth it. You will find your gold, but you have to dig through the dirt. You will find your gold, but you have to dig through the dirt, because the gold doesn't lay in plain sight. You have to dig through the dirt. You have to go through as many no's as possible for you to be able to get to that yes. And that yes, that gold, is what all the dirt that you have dug. It's what all the suffering that you have gone through. But the question is, are you willing to go through enough no's? So one of my mentors says he made it a point of duty for him to go out and get the no's. He was looking for no's. He will present his idea to a person, and the person will tell him no. He will tell him thank you, move to the next person. He was just looking for no's, and in looking for no's, he was able to come to a yes. And that yes, those yeses, or he was able to come to a couple of yeses, and those yeses paid him for all the no's that he had gotten. So the question is, are you ready to go through the no's? Are you ready to go through the nose? Not my nose. Not my nose, Sasha. Not my nose. But are you ready to go through the NOs? The NOs, so that you can get to the YES. There can be 1,000 no's, but one yes can pay you for the rest of your life. Thomas Edison failed 999 he failed 9,999 times just for him to get it right the 10,000th time. So, are you ready to go through the no's? So, if you want to live a remarkable life, if you want to live a life of impact, if you want to live a life that will stand the test of time, a life that people will remember, you have to go through the no's. If Jesus went through the no's, you have to go through the no's. Why most of us are where we are is because we are scared. We allow the fear of rejection to cripple us. And mere thinking of the rejection that we will get in a business that we've never started makes us reluctant in starting our own business. So get started today. Go through the no's to get that yes that will give you the life of your dreams. So I hope this video blesses you. See you on the other side of success. Ciao.